There's so much anticipation for the Street Fighter 6 game that will unfold next year. As a community, we feel it's right for us to give you an idea on the timeline and story of each of these icons. Follow the events of our favorite female anti-heroine, Juri Han, from her first Street Fighter appearance to her current one. What's her relationship with Chun-Li? What mysteries lie within her eye? Without further ado, let me welcome you to the Street Fighterverse. In her early story, according to fandom, Juri Han was the prominent Taekwondo practitioner at the age of 15. Her father prosecuted organized crime operations as a lawyer. As soon as he began targeting Shadowloo, the organization kidnapped her family. As a result of the ordeal, Juri lost both her parents, and her left eye was seriously damaged. A decade later, she receives the Feng Shui engine implanted into the eye in the SIN laboratory as her first mission. In order to test out the Feng Shui engine, Juri assassinates operatives in a public area. Even with guns, her enemy stands no chance against her, taking them out one by one from behind. Chun-Li was called to the scene to stop the massacre. Chun-Li rushes into the scene to arrest Juri, and arrives just as Juri killed the gunman using her Feng Shui engine from the inside of a building. A woman dies in the attack from collateral damage. Juri and Chun-Li battle, ending with Juri unleashing her eye's power and knocking out Chun-Li. As her victim lays on the ground, Juri prepares to deal the finishing blow. However, her Feng Shui engine malfunctions, forcing her to flee back to the lab. After getting it fixed, Seth assigns Juri to her next mission, capturing M. Bison's elite female assassins, the Dolls. Juri flies to the base of the Dolls with several SIN employees. She manages to defeat every single assassin in combat, including Julie and Junie. As she carries the two unconscious assassins away to an SIN plane, Cammy and Guile arrive. They have a heated fight, but Juri comes out on top and manages to incapacitate Guile. She boards her plane and straps Junie and Julie to beds with wheels. As it takes off, Cammy manages to jump and grab onto the open boarding ramp and confronts Juri for one final time. After an intense conflict, Juri pushes one of the rolling tables with Junie on it, which collides with Cammy, who both fell off the boarding ramp into mid-air. They survive the fall, with snow breaking their fall. Juri flies off and is congratulated by Seth upon returning. She licks her lips in anticipation, sensing that SIN and Shadowloo will clash in the very near future. In Super Street Fighter 4, during the global tournament hosted by Seth, he sends Juri in to participate. She sees it as a perfect opportunity for some fun. During this tournament, Juri is confronted by Cammy and Chun-Li again. The result of the fights are unknown. Juri continues to tend to her hidden agenda. In her ending, she approaches Seth, who was incapacitated as a result of Bison's brutal beating, and taunts him for being nothing more than Bison's spare body. Before she is to dispose of him, she reveals that she was to serve SIN for as long as it suited her purposes, since she was merely trying to pit Seth and Bison against each other, a task Seth obviously was not up to. Juri viciously crushes Seth's tendon engine by stomping on it and leaves him for dead. In Street Fighter V, shortly after the fall of SIN, Juri faces off against Bison to avenge her family. However, Bison quickly gets behind her, attacks her with the Psycho Power, and grabs her head. He rips out her Feng Shui engine and leaves her for dead. She goes into an abandoned SIN laboratory and finds another eye, the Feng Shui engine Alpha. Juri meets up with Colleen under the disguise as Helen, offers Juri the ability to join her when they are interrupted by Balrog, who's looking around for SIN agents. Wanting to test out her new eye, Juri fights him, before Ed tells him that they have to get back to base to discuss a plan. Juri later meets Sea Viper, who informs her that the only reason she's not in jail is because she is not the primary threat, and warns her about Shadowloo's motives. Later at the Shadowloo base, looking around for data on Shadowloo, Juri confronts Fang, who becomes insulted by her remarks on being Bison's second in command. Their fight ends with Fang using his poison clouds to make Juri retreat. Juri, now realizing their motives, calls Colleen by phone and finally accepts her offer to take down Shadowloo. When Rashid and Azam meet Charlie Nash and Helen, Juri arrives by kicking open the door. She eyes the other people in her team and decides to fight Rashid, which he is reluctant about. Juri threatens to kill him if he won't fight her seriously, at which point Azam steps in to defend Rashid. Helen breaks up the conflict and explains the danger of the Black Moons, and presents a plan to stop Shadaloo. Juri shows interest in the plan and joins. In Brazil, when Cammy defends DiCaprio by assaulting police officers, Juri arrives by motorbike and rams an officer. She picks up Cammy and DiCaprio, finding the situation amusing. Juri later watches with amusement as Cammy and DiCaprio fight before Cammy knocks DiCaprio out. When Vega arrives and defeats Cammy, Juri intervenes, calling Vega a pervert and mocking him. She fights him off and Vega decides to leave temporarily. She brings Cammy back to Russia with her team as they plan their final attack on Shadaloo. During the final assault on Shadaloo, Juri and DiCaprio arrive to take on Shadaloo's soldiers. DiCaprio saves Cammy from Vega's claw. They team up to fight the other dolls, who are still under the influence of the psycho power, and are controlled by Fang. Juri watches the fall of the Shadaloo with the others. So what do you think Juri Han's story will be in Street Fighter 6? Let us know in the comment section down below. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell to stay up to date on new theories and info. Thank you for watching. This has been your Street Fighter host. Welcome to the center stage. Our new Discord server. There you can talk with us, chat about current events going on in Street Fighter, information, theories, and lore. We'll leave the link in the description box below. We want to thank everyone for tuning in and becoming part of this Street Fighter community. We want to thank you for your positive comments towards our channel because it only habilitates us to grow even more. From the Street Fighterverse crew, we thank you.